Hey everyone, as things wraps up for 2025, I want to take this time to greet everyone happy holidays. And with that, I'm gonna wrap things up also in the current program that I'm following, which will continue for around 6 to 8 more weeks. This current program that I'm following has a minimalist approach, which only takes me around 45 minutes, especially when I'm not filming. We already have the days 1 and 2 for each upper body day and lower body day, and a missing piece of the puzzle, arms day, with the main muscle groups that we're currently targeting at the beginning of each routine, having maximum of 3 sets each for volume and then the rest less. This can be optional, but since I'm targeting biceps, which is part of the arms, I gotta put something in that's gonna be focusing on the arms itself, with a little something here and there, as you can see. Alright, this is a new addition. I decided to put in practicing muscle ups at the beginning. I don't know, it looks cool, and I just decided that I wanna learn to do muscle up this time. Cause why not, right? I just did a couple of sets of bar to chest pull-ups, and then sooner I'll be transitioning to the muscle up movement when I have the sufficient strength. I just did this for 5 sets, 3 reps each. And next one, going to biceps preacher curls using dumbbells. This is pretty common, controlling the weights on the way down and then stretch at the bottom. And trying to put in the effort on the positives. As you can see, we're not using any momentum here. That's why the preacher curls is good, is because it limits our body from swinging back on each rep so that we cannot cheat on using momentum. You probably already know this, I always accentuate on the stretch part. That's why you can see that I'm pausing a little on the bottom part of each rep. Alright, so this one we have this for 3 sets, did it for 6 to 8 myo reps. Alright, next one we have Zotman curls, or at least the idea of Zotman curls. Saw this online and then gave it a try. What we did here is we're using the hammer grip on the way up and then switching to the normal grip, which is the supinated grip, going the way down. The reason behind that is, if you'll pay attention, we are a little bit stronger using the hammer grip compared to when we're using the normal grip that we're doing a bicep curl. This gives us a little bit more of an overload on the lowering part, since we're able to curl up more weight compared if we use the regular grip or the supinated grip. Had this for 3 sets, 6 to 8 myo reps. Alright, for next one, traditional triceps push down. Nothing much to say about this. We all know this, super common in the gym. I just make sure that I'm not using momentum going down, and that's about it. Alright, had this for 2 sets, 6 to 8 myo reps. Next one, we have the crossbody reverse flies. It's a mouthful, I know. So for this, the reason I'm using cables is I'm not really a fan of the free weights flies variation. If you'll notice, I haven't used any of those since it doesn't really have a consistent resistance curve throughout the movement. But sometimes I switch things up just for variation. One technique that we're applying here is we're thinking of swiping the arms out instead of thinking of pulling it out, so that we can minimize the involvement of the triceps throughout the movement. And then you'll notice that we barely had any momentum moving the weights back and out. Alright, we had this for 1 set, 6 to 8 reps, or to failure. Alright, for the next one, I followed it by the legs extensions. This one is kind of optional. I just felt like I need more hammering on the quads, that's why I had this one added here. But it's up to you. Whichever muscle group that you feel like needed some volume from your weekday session, you can put 1 or 2 here. You'll notice I am a little bit exaggerating leaning back on this, so don't worry, I'm not trying to do the ding dong dantes pose, but I'm only trying to emphasize on the stretch on the quads. That's why I'm doing so. Same drill on what I usually do, putting more focus on the lowering part and on the bottom stretch of the lift. You know it, you've already heard tons of times. Alright, I had this for one set, 6 to 8 reps or to failure. And then for finale, death. I mean, interval training. I thought of adding cardiovascular exercise since I'm already starting to gas out whenever I'm doing heavier lifts. So these are supposed to be kettlebell swings, but I'm too lazy, I'm already tired, kettlebells are upstairs, dumbbells will do. Started incorporating this towards the end of each arms day a few weeks back for 3 sets, 30 seconds on and then 30 seconds off. Slowly trying to progress, currently I'm doing 6 sets. And that actually wraps things up. I'll be running this program for a couple of cycles, maybe a cycle or two, and then switch things on and off if needed. I hope you learned something and somehow enjoy the video. If you did, let me know in the comment section. Don't forget to like and share. Again, happy holidays to everyone, keep safe, enjoy the festive season. Thank you so much. See you again next year.